Alright, what is up guys? Today's video will have also no sound. By the way, in game, you don't need to hear it. My settings are turned down and OBS, I'm not going to record the sound. Alright, tap shift jump pads. So, there's a few things that I want you guys to learn here, going more in depth on my last video where I explained basically what it is and how it's useful. But today's video will be a little more informational, a little more in depth. I like to do that. I'd probably say 5-10 minutes, since I know what I'm talking about. I'm not actually gonna make things up on the way. Like last time, that was funny. I'll be posting another guide like this probably in the next 2-3 days for different legends, movement guide and or legend guides. So firstly, just Jumpad is all you need in Octane and maybe a sim. So first one, you probably see your favorite content creators doing this one. It's just when you hit that tap strafe. There's two ways you can do it. One is just like the delayed one, which doesn't really work because it falls you really short. The second one is using spacebar, A or D. I prefer using D, and then just instantly hitting spacebar, and after you hit spacebar, A, and then your tap strafe, which I have a mouse wheel up because I have scroll wheel down to jump as well. But as you can see, it doesn't really work because it stalls my movement. So like that. You see, slide into the jump pad, press space, A and D, or space, D and tap strafe at the same time, and you get the perfect 360, right? Very simple. Alright, next one is just going to be the shorter version of that to get onto high ground, right? Let's say I have an enemy up here, or let's say I have an enemy up here, right? And I want to surprise him. I'll tap strafe on him, right? Because if I do that, I'll get beamed out of the air, and I have a long way back down. But with this, to perform correctly, you get behind them, or you can have like a quick peacekeeper shot on them, like boom, and then boom. Again, hopefully you don't miss those. But in a video game, like this, boom, coming back down, and then falling off the building. You get chunk damage so your team can enter, or just boom, laying up here and then strafing on them and dropping, and doing it over and over and over. So recap the second one, come back up here, do like the same mechanic as the first one, but just timing a little shorter, alright, and not as needed. Our third one is how to tap shift for jump pad, so how to tap shift like that, and then let's say you're kind of like gonna trick the enemy team, right? It didn't work, but you get the essence, right? You can jump and then tap shift before your jump pad and then come back up. Or to just pretty simply really easy movement mechanic to learn. It takes timing though, so you'll have to mess up a few times to get it down. That's fine. A better example of it is if I'm on a building rooftop and like I want to get up there somewhere fast. I'm just gonna tap shift right in the jump pad and come back up, right? Two-way tap shift, but really simple. Pull off like that. Alright. Now that's gonna be our third one. Our fourth one is gonna be, if the pro players using this a lot, it's that. Right, pretty simple. It's the same essence as the first one, except the timing doesn't really matter as much. On this one, so you want to use spacebar, A or D. Anyway, the tap shift. I just slapped my mouse on the edge of my mouse, but that's funny. Like this. Simple, right? You do it, instead of sliding into it, you just walk into it, or run into it. Like you can walk or run, I prefer running, and then just perform your tap strafe, your air strafe key, which is A or D, and then so spacebar, A or D, and at the same time A or D, you're gonna hold your tap strafe, scroll wheel up or down, depending on what you have it on. It's pretty useful if you're doing 2 stories, but I wouldn't recommend it on a 1-story building. Like if this is 1 story, I'd recommend either a second tip, which is that, or a third one, which is you can tap strafe before your jump pad, which I just completely failed. I'm better at the game, I bet. Alright, our fourth one, that was our fourth one. Our fifth one and final one, right? I do not have the final one. That's really about it. Just a quick recap. Our first one is gonna be that 360, or 180, like I just did. Second one is that really short 180 to get onto high ground. Again, really short 180. Third one, which is a pre-tap shift on the jump pad. Pretty simple. Where you go into it, you tap into the jump pad, and then you come back around. You use to get onto high ground. or like up there. My favorite example of it. Right, get back on high ground really quickly, and you're more unpredictable. Pretty simple. And then our last but not least is gonna be when we walk into the pad. Yep, that's about it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.